You're watching the Red Line Radio Network.
Well, I thought I was going to have my main event podcast on there, but we are again. I am Michael Kimball. We are live at the Midway Mall here in the Red Line Radio Network studio, and this is SummerSlam Night 1 show. Again, sorry for that technical difficulty earlier, but hopefully we have no interruptions and nothing that will go from there. So, with that being said, today is night 1 of SummerSlam. I am so excited. I've got a guest with me. I'm going to bring him on here in a few seconds. First off, I am going to get to our sponsors of this awesome radio station. We have the one and only Outlaw Light Beer. And I'll tell you what, judging by looking at this thing, it is a tall boy. So if you like tall boys, hey, go out and get you some Outlaw Beer. They are the official sponsor of the Red Line Radio Network and Red Line Radio itself. So if you are out and about and you would like to enter for a chance to win a free case of beer, all you have to do is go to your local store, anywhere you can go, to what store you can. Take a picture with Outlaw Beer, tag Outlaw Beer and Red Line Radio Network, and you will be entered into the drawing. Again, who doesn't like free beer? Another sponsor that we have here in our studio is Lake Erie Poker. They are right across the street here. If you want to test out your poker skills, stop on over. We also have Jones Bones Barbecue, located all over the Northeast Ohio area. We also have Doghouse Bar and Grill, which is located in Elyria over by LCC, right across the street. They are a good place to hang out, grab a drink, grab food. They have a lot of good stuff there. We also have a place that deals with landscaping. They are called Great Lakes Ground Management. If you need like mulching, cutting grass, anything, you name it, they can help you out with that as well. Also, one of our sponsors as well is Professional Touch LLC. They help with windows, floors, anything that you need help with your house. They can help you with that as well. Again, ladies and gentlemen, today is night 1 of SummerSlam. I know I am excited. I know everyone else is. So with that being said, I am going to bring on my guest at this time. It is my Uncle Brian, who is in Grove City, Ohio. Please welcome him to the stage. What's up?
What's going on?
Man, I don't know. Just hopefully we don't have that mix.
Don't jinx.
No, don't. I don't want to be cursed. You know, I think you know what? I think that's what happened. I watched I didn't watch SummerSlam, but I watched SmackDown, and he said cursed, and I watched it. I think I got cursed. I just think it happened. It had to have happened.
You may have to wait and watch the highlights.
I might have to, because I watched it yesterday with him in the JD match, and he come out and cursed, and I was like, oh no, am I gonna get cursed today? I think I did. So I think I got the curse when it was on me. But anyway, night 1 of SummerSlam today, guys. I mean, I don't know about anybody, but I am excited to see the show on how it is going to progress and what is going on with the show. I mean, I've seen the card. I am so excited for like any of the for the card already, just for night 1. I mean,
you have about two possible 3. Like, you got your main event, of course, and then I think you got 2 co-headliners. This one here, this card, yeah, I mean, kind of looks better than night 2.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll tell you what, judging by looking at the card, I mean, now you got 2 6-man, 6-women matches going on today. I mean, now do you go both, or do you go like have the first, like the men's open and then the women underneath, or do you split it and like go women, then go do another match, and then the men? Because for night one, the main event is Rhodes and Punk.
Yes, but to me, it kind of depends on Brock because, you know, Brock could be one of those, hey, I want to go first. I basically want my money. I'm out of there.
Right.
Put on one heck of a, whatever, however long the match is.
For sure.
But hey, it is what it is. I don't think they would start out a women's match.
They have before. I mean, what was the one SummerSlam? I think it was in Cleveland. If I can go back that far, they started with the women's opening. It was the title match with Rhea, Liv, and they started that off for the night. Like that was the opening match.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
It's hard to see.
I mean, with it being live, I mean, they probably have the card all set up of who's starting first, who's
Mhm.
main eventing. Then after that, Michael, they could sit there and just totally change it with like that.
Mhm.
Hell in the Cell could be first. Then they come up and they're like, Brock's like, oh no 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 no, let's let's go after. You know what? That could be Bella Twins. That might be that. You know what? You're right. You said it could be a women's match.
Mhm.
Bella's and Fatal
Paige.
Influence. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be your opening.
Yep.
But I'm also excited for this Gunther and Aldis match. I mean, I watched them build it up. I mean, it wasn't really much of a build up, but I mean, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I could tell by looking at Aldis's face, like he was like, okay, you call yourself a career killer. Well, let's see how you do against me. I think that's what he's trying to get at.
Well, here's the thing. Um, a lot of the old schoolers out there. Here's the thing about Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis was one of those champions where people, you had people that love him, you had people that hate him. I mean, he was a good champion. He knew how to pull his character. So here again, I mean, he's like your Daniel Bryan, your Niall McGuinness, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I get tongue tied with his name, but you got your overall wrestlers. He's one of them.
Right.
I mean, as much as I know, and like I said, if your brother was on here, he would tell you. You got your wrestlers and you got your entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Aldis is one of them. So I wonder how it turns out. Seriously.
Right. And the men side, the Usos Bloodline versus Royce, Knight, and Solo. To be honest, I see somebody coming out to help, but I don't know who though. I see somebody coming out. I mean, there's so many people that can come out. I mean, there's a lot of speculations and rumors that there's like going to be people that like will surprise and come out, for that,
Well, it's always the bloodline. So
Mhm.
they got what, like generation on generation of family members that are wrestling or starting the business, and they could easily come up and go, "Hey, it's your turn to shine." Who, me? And then you don't know who it is, or you hear their name.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I mean, yeah, who's coming out? Who's gonna basically screw over who? Because here's my thing is, how do you feel about LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo?
That to me, just it's weird seeing Solo being like the way he is on like in this team. Like who'd have thought, like who would even think that Solo would even be in the same like era or same faction as LA, because for a while LA had that feud with the bloodline. So it's like you like with that whole like just running his mouth, you know, talking, and it's like, well, you got, and then like I said, you have LA, and it's like, okay, it was surprising. But what also surprised me was seeing Royce, like where like he just came in like here's a spot.
Well, what's going to happen? You know what? It's like you said. It's it's live. It's well, a lot of people speculate. They go on social media. They hear, oh, Royce is doing this. Solo's going to do this, and LA Knight, the Bloodline's going to do this. I mean, it's weird. It's hard telling.
But
So
the picks that I had personally for me was I was taking Cody over Punk. I could see that, but again, I couldn't because Punk just won it. Like, I mean, he hasn't had a like, but I mean, I could see Punk retaining, to be honest, tonight.
well, myself, I like to go on websites, and read the predictions.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, which, I won't, I don't put out names because I don't like the name call. But one of them says Rhodes runs at the top has gotten stale. I think Rhodes would agree WWE made a safe choice by shutting the title to Punk through Zayn. There's no reason to suspect they will go back on their decision. Punk is set for a fresh run at SmackDown, SmackDown's top dog, with a workhorse title reign against a talented crop of challengers. A successful title defense at SummerSlam is exactly what he needs to usher in his era on the Blue brand. So, there again, Cody, I mean, you're right. There's a lot of people out there that goes, hey, Cody's time to shine. CM Punk. Now, is that what you're going to do? Because, the one that makes the money, you're going to sit there and take away the belt that fast, even though they did it to Zammy. Yeah, they're going to sit there and put that as in like the one episode of where what was it? Jay was not feeling oozy. Yeah, they're going to say, oh, hey, Zammy. What? Zammy? But no,
Right.
Sami Zayn, it is what it is. I don't know. It's going to be something.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one to see tonight. And like I said, with it being in Minnesota, it's going to be a
Who is
good,
it? Is it JR that sits there and says, it's going to be a good slobber knocker?
Oh, yeah. He's going to have some he's going to be sitting at home watching it with some barbecue
now,
sauce.
Here's the bonus question. Is anybody bleeding?
I'd say Punk would probably be the first.
Now, if you had money and you were a betting person, would you do that?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'd have to put it on Cody because Cody likes to get busted up open too. So,
I mean, he did fight Rollins inside a Hell in a Cell with a torn was it tricep or whatever?
Yeah,
It was all bicep.
Bleed? But did he bleed? I think he did, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I'm looking over here also on the old laptop here, and they have the tail of the tape is what they call it between some of the wrestlers. They've got Liv and Io on here, and they're like got their age, and I'm not going to say their age because a lot of women don't like ages.
Nope. Don't
so
do
I'm
that.
not going to say that. Their height and weight, I'm not going to say that because a lot of them, they don't like saying that either.
Mm-mm.
But well, I mean, I could say the height, but I won't say the weight. Io is 5'1", and then Liv is 5'3", so they're kind of about the same height. But anyway,
yeah, I won't mention that. When I saw her in person, she looked every bit of 5'1", but I will tell you this much, man, she's I see where I'd have to look up who she was trained by, but man, she's got a lot of talent. She's got a lot of talent, man. So that match there, I don't know.
But here's the thing though. I'm looking at the accolades for them. Liv has 5 on her side, and Io has 6. So it's like 1 up on Io over Liv.
Well, that's my pick then.
Yeah, Io's won obviously the women's world champion once, tag team twice. She was the Money in the Bank winner in 23, obviously Queen of the Ring and NXT champion as well.
Well,
however,
you know what that means, don't you? You know what that means?
She's going to be a 2-time champ tonight.
Who? Io?
Io? Mm-hmm. No.
It'll be Morgan. And then you know what's going to happen? Like you said, 6-6.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a tie. Then they're going to have one more match.
And then Io's little run here. She's a 3-time champion. Obviously, Women's Royal Rumble, tag team 4 times. She won the Money in the Bank in 22, and she is the first ever women's Crown Jewel champion.
Speaking about Crown Jewel and title reigns and the women's, has there been a triple crown yet?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay. Because that happened in AEW, right?
Yes. I gotta put a shout out.
Put that in your notes.
I will. I'm gonna do a shout out here real quick. One of my friends from Ohio Media School popped on. She said, "Hey Mike, so proud of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you." You know what? How they're doing the tail of the tape for Liv and Io. I'd love to see it for Oba and Brock. I'd love to see their tail of the tape. See like how they how their stats and whatever they've got.
You want me to tell you? Meat, and I say it with MEAT, meat versus meat. Those are 2 big boys, and I mean,
they had the weigh in. I think it was last week for the Hell in a Cell, and Oba was like 302 pounds, and Lesnar was 303 or 301 or some pounds. But there's no way that's solid muscle. There's no way they're 300 pounds.
Yeah, I would hate to slap one of them. When they walk to the rings in the aisle and they.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I wouldn't. Well, that's just like JD when he had the money and he threw it and Oba was behind him. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If I would have done that, I would have ran.
Yeah,
I would have told Adam, like, look, I'm taking the day off. Can I just pack my suitcase and go?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done for the day.
Like whoever wrote this, don't do that again. Yeah. But so right now you said the matches right now. You said Punk and Rhodes. You said you were gonna pick who?
I was gonna take Cody, but judging by the way I've seen this build too as well. Like, I would love to see Cody get it back, but I kind of don't see it. I think Punk will retain and he'll go on to whatever the next pay-per-view is after SummerSlam.
Okay. Yeah. You said Femi and Lesnar, like you said, that's just going to be.
And you know what? Me and Ryan talked about that. I'd hate to if somebody ever paid me, even if I ever did work in WWE, and if they ever come up and look at you and be like, "Hey, your match is Oba and Brock," I'm like, "Yeah, no, I would not want to referee that match."
Just hold the paper and just go, "Nope."
Yep, I would be like, "Where's the white flag?" Just walking by and just like, "Yeah, nope."
Yeah, I wouldn't even like. I'm not touching that one, right?
Yeah, no, I would not touch that match at all. Like that.
Here's my thing: is you've watched a lot of Hell in the Cells, right?
I have, yes. I watched the
Okay.
one with Undertaker and Shawn and Triple H.
Well, that one there, I mean, those were a lot of guys that were in their prime that,
Mm-hmm.
wanted to take high risk. I mean, like you said, there was the Undertaker Mick Foley,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Oh my gosh. There
classic Hell in
somebody
a
and
Cell.
it's funny that you mentioned that, Brian, because somebody like I was talking to not so, but I was watching my watching Dave's show this morning, and he had a couple of his friends on, and one of them said, like, is anybody gonna get like tossed off the top, like to recreate that? I was like, no, I don't see that. But what I do see, if it holds, which I hope it, I mean, it's a big cage, somebody going through the top. I could see that, but not getting tossed off.
Michael, that's 300 something plus falling from the top of the Hell
Well,
in a
then,
Cell.
well, that's
No.
well then we'll put like what Jr. was saying. He broke the ring in half. Well, he broke his body in half. Too.
Well, I mean, if you're going to break the ring,
Oh my
that's the
god.
last match. That's the main event because, if
Yeah.
you got other matches, that means they'd have to fix that and, it'd take a long time. And yeah, they're not going to do that. But,
No,
um,
but again, it's gonna be a good match between the two. I'm gonna be honest.
mhm,
Oba and Brock, to be honest, to seeing who would he if there is blood, which I know there will be, Brock's gonna bleed first.
really?
I, yes.
Okay. But you know what happens, right? If I can't even talk. If Brock bleeds, that's more money.
Mm-hmm.
Which he'll probably get it anyway. So, if he does get busted open, but yeah, both those guys are going to make one heck of a paycheck.
For
So,
sure. That's gonna be the thing there. Like they're gonna build it obviously again, and it's just um gonna be the big talk. Like that's and even probably during the pre-show and the after show, that's mainly what they're gonna be talking about is the Oba and Brock Hell in a Cell.
so if you had to sit there and put your matches in order, going from the best match, and I mean this is your call, this is your show. That's why I'm throwing this out at you. What would you in your and there's what
I think 6.
six matches?
Yes.
Okay, out of those six, which one do you rate number one, and which one is the last one is your sleeper?
Number 1 obviously would be Oba and Brock in a Hell in a Cell. That would be my top pick. Like that is going to be your money, like you said, your money match. That is your money sit down like on your edge of your seat match. My last one, um, it's gonna kill me to say this, but I'd say Gunther and Aldis because I mean, Gunther and Aldis, yeah, I haven't watched any of Aldis's matches since he's been out of uh in the ring anymore because he hasn't fought for how long?
Well, it's been a long time.
So that would probably be my least match would be
I'm going to say Oba and Femi. That'll be your match of
you
the
mean
night.
you mean Oba and Brock.
Oba and Brock. Yeah, I was just going to say Oba and Femi. Let them both fight each other. But yeah, no, Oba and Brock. That'll probably be your match of the night. Sleeper, Bella Twins and Paige.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I just to me,
Do you okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think I know she just came back? Do you think that Paige will turn on one of the Bella twins tonight?
they're saying that one of the Bellas is going to turn on Paige.
And you know who I see doing it?
Well, who was the match before? Well, who won the belts? Was it Bree and Paige?
Yes.
You know what's happening.
Oh yeah.
So, yep, I kind of see that. So,
I'm sitting here thinking and contemplating this as well, and I've seen this happen. There's rumors that somebody is going to interfere in this women's match or a distraction, and I'm going to tell you this now, it's going to be Stephanie Vaquer. I see her coming like back and just either distracting or because if you end it in a DQ, then that could set up a triple threat. Io, Liv, and Stephanie.
That's the only thing I can think of with with her coming back. Yeah. So I mean, because I'm gonna let you know right now with AEW, I know we're jumping,
you're good
wrestling things, but I mean, what was it? Dynamite, Motor City Machine Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Place went nuts.
Oh yeah.
Rhino and Insane Clown Posse coming out for the ALS challenge. I mean, here's my thing is, Ryan, if they're gonna one up AEW, bring out the mystery.
I got a lot of picks here from everyone at home who's watching. Cass, which is my wife, she picked these were her picks. She's got CM Punk, Oba, Bloodline, Gunther, Fatal, Io, and Jade. She thinks Jade Cargill is going to get that interim title and then has set it back up for the rematch of Rhea and Jade. Which I could see that though, because I mean Rhea.
No. The ladies, you talking about the intern WWE championship? That's night 2.
That's night 2. Okay, so then never mind. Okay, so I'll put that as night 2.
Yeah, because I was sitting there going,
okay,
wait a minute.
Nope. Never mind. Okay. So, okay. I'll have to. All right. Oh, okay. I'll put that down as night 2 then. But, and then another shout out again. Like I said, these are guys from home. Mike, he's obviously said Punk, Io, Bloodline, Aldis, Bellas and Paige, and Oba. So those were his picks. My brother, whoever, if he does hop on and or see it, he said Bloodline, Io, basically the same. Bloodline, Io, Aldis, Punk, Bellas is what my brother Ryan said. So I think
got more shutouts.
Got one more, and it's my brother-in-law Jacob. He's obviously. I think everybody's on the whole same page. Like they don't like. There's like nobody chose different matches. They all chose the same matches. Like everybody didn't pick different. Matches.
Here's the thing. One person's going to be wrong. One person's going to be right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you look at those picks. You're going, well, let's see. Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes.
There is one more person I have to give a shout out to. She told me to add her to the list. She says she was going to watch, but she couldn't watch today. Her name is Justine. She wanted to put her picks in, and I told her I would write them down. So she chose Cody, Io, Lesnar, Gunther, Bella Twins, and LA Knight, the team of LA Knight, LA Royce, and yeah.
You know what? If it does work out, for LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo, do you think they'll make a trio name out of them?
If they do, I would love to see what the name would be of that group.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird one, but all right, let me give you my picks. I mean, we've talked about it. I'm going to give you my picks. So,
same on here.
Punk and Rhodes, CM Punk.
Okay.
Oba, Brock, I'm taking Oba.
He's going with the ruler.
Liv and Sky, man, I love Io. I gotta give.
Okay. I'm gonna add another person here to the stage. He was on here earlier. Guys, welcome Deez. What's up, Deez?
What's going on, fellas?
Deez, this is my uncle Brian. Brian, this is Deez.
This guy looks serious, man. I don't know. I might be out of my league.
I got my Hogan's Beats shirt on.
Yeah, I don't know if this is copyrighted. It's a game system, so I don't know. That's why I'm kind of, copyrights. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, not much. These, I mean, we're talking obviously SummerSlam night one here. Going over some picks. We ran down some of the matches that's going on tonight. So we're just getting the final picks in and gonna.
Yeah, I don't know how much you watched today. I'm a little leery just because of what happened at Mania. I really hope that with the ticket sales being the way they are, that they don't rush through and basically push the advertisements and that overtakes what we're seeing as far as the action in the ring. That was my biggest problem with Mania, was the short matches and the long ads.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you 100% on that, because I think even somebody went as further as to they they took the matches, they took the ads, and they took how long the show was and said, this is how much wrestling, this is how much ads, and oh yeah, people were like, distraught, like, oh my gosh, man, I paid this much money. Yeah, and I seen this much wrestling, this much ads.
Yeah, Saturday night for Mania was just unbelievably bad, and then they made up for it a little bit on Sunday. It was like two completely different shows. I don't know that I would say that it saved it, but it definitely made it a little more bearable. And I know that ticket sales for tonight and tomorrow really are even lower than they were for Mania. So.
Did you hear they said that some of the tickets, they were like giving them away, and some of them were like as low as like under $20, almost 20 to 25, maybe lower than that, because they were hurting that bad.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a big ass place to have a PLE. Yep. And I believe as of, was it Friday afternoon, both of them were under, I think under 40,000 seats sold.
Wow.
And for a wrestling event, that place has got to be able to hold at least 50 or 60.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just looked on SeatGeek. I just randomly typed in SummerSlam for night one tonight. And in the like nosebleeds, like the upper like nosebleed sections, for one ticket is $43.
And that's still not bad.
No.
Yeah, for not including the fees. So you're probably looking at about close to about 45, maybe 46.
Oh, with fees, if it's a $43 ticket, you're paying probably 60.
Yeah, about $61.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fees and all. So that's just for tonight. But no.
Better than 25.
Right. Is that the obstruction? You got the pole right in front of you.
Right,
you got to turn sideways.
Your legs are wrapped around an I-beam.
God. Sitting there taking a picture, like, look at this fan. He's like
really tight, trying to get around, even look at the stage or whatever.
I remember, unrelated, but when I believe it was Super Bowl 45, I think it was the first Super Bowl that Dallas hosted in Jerry World, their new stadium. And the reason I remember it so vividly is because it was the fucking Steelers playing against Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay Packers. But there were a bunch of people that paid thousands of dollars for a Super Bowl ticket, exactly like you just said, Brian, like a big ass beam, like right in front of them, and they're trying to see the field. The only way they could watch the game was to watch it on the big screen, which in Dallas is absolutely enormous for a big screen, but still, that's just funny. Like, especially for a Super Bowl. You know how pissed I would be if I spend $3,000 on a Super Bowl ticket and can't even see the goddamn field?
Oh no, but you'd be on TV. They'd be seeing you going like, and they're
look,
like, this.
Look at this dumbass.
It's like, I bet he's happy, isn't he? Oh, he's
Yeah.
happy as pig and shit right now, man. So,
But yeah, no, I caught the show a little bit this morning. Deez, you guys did a good show this morning. Shout out to you guys for that show. If you guys, Brian, if you do go on, if you go on the Redline Radio Network or LLC or the LLC page and watch their unscripted show, they were really good this morning.
I told Dave. I sit there and I called him Diamond Dave, and he says, "Oh, you saw that?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm allowed to, right?" I said, I said, "D's." I said, "Everybody's got great names." I says, "Yeah," I said, "I might have to do some homework."
It's funny because I have a good friend that through the Steeler Nation website that I've been a part of for a long time, and his nickname is Diamond Dave. So it took me a while to get used to saying Dynamite. Every now and then I still call him Diamond Dave.
And then he corrected me on that one too. He goes, "It's Dynamite," and I go, "Oh," I said, "Yeah, you know what?" I says, "Maybe I should watch more shows."
There you have it.
But no, I was telling before you popped in, D's, the tale of the tape for Liv and EO. I was like, I'm not gonna get into age, height, and weight, but their accolades for them to like, it's like a one on the other, and it's like, I mean, what do you expect? Like Dave said this morning, he said, "Don't let Liv have it." Well, I'm gonna go against him. I think he will keep it, or she'll keep it, but I mean, for like you said also this morning, this is her first title defense since she's had it, so we'll see how she does.
If you watched Unreal, you can tell that they're really high on Liv, especially everything that she did after coming back from the big injury. So the only thing, like I was talking about a little bit on Unscripted this morning, the only thing that would concern me if you're a Liv fan is the whole Danhausen thing, because they are really protecting that curse gimmick right now.
Yeah.
So I think they've kind of kept her away from him the last couple weeks. So maybe they're trying to distance themselves, and Danhausen's more focused on Dom and JD. So maybe the curse won't affect Liv tonight.
We were talking before you came on, and we was like, the whole curse thing, the whole human monies thing. To be honest, I think that's one of those matches where you get up, go to the bathroom, go to the concession stand. Like that's one of those squash. That's one of those squash matches. To be honest,
I understand the fact that you want some part of the show to have that comedic effect.
Yeah, like you said this morning, Joe Hendry and Housing, that concert. Yeah. I'm sorry, that was funny.
See, and I thought it was one of the worst segments that they've put on TV in a long time. I get the whole Danhausen thing, but
right,
the whole thing with Joe Hendry, like dude was absolutely white hot.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, they brought him in the Rumble, they brought him into Mania, and then they finally get him into the main event roster, and they kind of forgot about him.
Yep.
Same thing with Matt Cardona. I think that they could have really, really used the momentum when they brought Matt Cardona back, that he could have been, and I'm not saying like a big time main event player, but I think that he could have been injected into the US title race or anything more than what he's doing than jobbing to everybody else. And I know that, those guys are probably just happy to have a job, but sometimes you got to listen to the fans, and WWE sometimes does a good job of that. Sometimes absolutely drops the ball. And I think that's the case, not only with, Cardona, but with Hendry, with LA Knight,
Speaking of LA, I mean, everybody, like you said this morning, everybody knows Royce as Powerhouse Hobbs. I mean, I wish he would have came as that, because when he came over, I mean, I understand, like, everybody's wondering like who Royce is or Key, who Royce Keys is. Still, they're still getting him, but they've known him as Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
So I'm still like, everybody's like, okay, they see this big dude coming in, and it's like, and they hear the name Royce Keesley, and they're all scratching their cranium, like, who is that?
Yeah, well, that's just one of those situations where the WWE wants, at the end of the day, there's still a little bit of Vince McMahon in that company, and that they want to be able to own, the licensing rights and things like that. Very rarely does a wrestler get to own his own character. Like CM Punk, lucky enough that he owns all that and he licenses it to WWE.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody like Royce Keys, who I will at least they let him pick his name, and it is, if I'm not mistaken, it's based off of his daughter.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's how he came up with the name Royce Keys. So
we were, before you came on again, Deez, I know I'm repeating again, but before you came on, me and my uncle were talking about the Oba and Brock match. I said, look, I would not want to be the referee or even touch that match if I could, if I was a betting man.
Yeah, I could go either way on that. Part of me thinks that it's going to be just this marathon knockdown drag out war. But part of me also thinks that Brock is going to do the right thing. And while I think he's going to get a little offense in, I would not be surprised if it leans heavy on the Oba side. And then I still win, or regardless of which way they go with the match. For one, I think Oba's winning no matter what. And two, I believe that this is probably the last time we see Brock Lesnar in a WWE ring.
Yeah. Thinking of him hanging it up in his hometown.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think he tried to legitimately do it at Mania. I think emotions got the best of him.
Yeah.
And he just kind of thought that, this is the best way to go out. And there were probably talks afterwards like, hey, we still got SummerSlam in your backyard.
It was like, we got one more. It's like, you got one more match in you. Let's go out, go out on a high note. And
hey, Deez, we was talking about for SummerSlam, which match should they start out first? What do you think they should start out with?
For tonight, let's see, let me go through this. I think they're going to start off. I think they're going to come out hot. I think it's going to be EO and Liv.
Yeah. See, me and Mike was talking about that. We said, he said, what was that? That one Survivor Series or SummerSlam where it was Liv, Rhea, and
it was Liv and Rhea for the title, and that's when Dom turned on Rhea, or because it was in Cleveland.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, and see, that's
2 years ago.
That's why Deez, I was wanting to know from you, because see, a lot of the the hot PLEs, like you said, women matches, start them out right off the bat. So that's I you know what, I kind of agree with you on that one, because I mean, I was telling him, if it was a women's match, would it be the Morgan Sky, or would it be the Bella Twins in the final fatal influence?
Here's my guesses for tonight. I think it's going to start with Liv and EO.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go with Nick Aldis and Gunther. Then we're going to have Oba and Brock. And then to cleanse the palate, we're going to do the 6-woman tag, and then go to the main with Punk Cody.
Okay.
Seems
hey,
to
do
be
me a favor, Deez.
They tend to take roller coasters.
Hey, do me a favor, man. Let me get some inside from WWE. If you got it that much, man, let me know if you got the paper.
No, that's just the way they typically do it, though. They always try and come out with something big, something hot, and they kind of take you on that ride. Like, okay, we just threw some big stars at you. Now relax, and here's
right.
mid card kind of shit. And then when they have two big events like Oba Brock and Cody Punk, very rarely do you see those back to back, just because they kind of like to ride that momentum.
Oh God, yeah.
And not only that, but I think the talent doesn't want to immediately, like, if you're Cody and Punk, I don't think you want to go out there immediately after watching Oba and Brock do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, I was just actually going to say that. I think I was actually going to talk about that. Like and actually I was going to say that you don't want to have the cell be like already down, and then you got to raise it up and then get everything ready for the main event. Like you don't want to have that like as your co-main event, because you don't want to have like two, because if you have obviously Oba and Brock and then Cody and Punk, you like have those like right after another, then like I said, you got to take time to raise the cage and get everything out of the set everything up for the main event.
Well, hey Mike, just like D said, you want to do this.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit there and do this.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to peak too early. Like you gotta. That stuff is usually pretty well thought out to keep the crowd into it, and not. You don't want to blow your load right off the bat, and, and you don't want to put people to sleep until the end. So you gotta keep them engaged.
Right.
Because daggone well, man, WWE is not afraid to put a camera on somebody going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They would do the whole like drone thing falling around, and then see somebody sleeping and they're like, caught you.
And they don't want to make the mistake that they made back in WrestleMania 24, I think it was 24 or 25. The first Shawn Michaels Taker match.
Man, yes.
They put them like right in the nothing middle of the card. And I remember watching, I don't remember what documentary it was, but it was it might have even been one of Taker's podcasts, but they found out where they were on the card, and they basically told each other, we're going to go out there, we're going to take this show. We're literally going to ruin it for everybody that comes out to that ring after we're done. And that's kind of what they did. So WWE kind of tries to not do that anymore. Not saying that they're perfect at it, but I think that's probably the kind of order that we're going to see. The only thing it might start off with Aldis, Gunther, and then go to Liv, EO. That would be the only thing I would say would swap. Or I guess if they started with the 6-person female, whatever you want to call them.
Did they change it? Because I thought that was night 2. The women, the 5 intern. I thought that was night 2.
No, that I'm talking about the tag, the Bellas and
the Bellas. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. The ladder matches, I think there's only 5 of them, and I believe that's tomorrow night.
But Mike, we were talking about that, remember? Because you were sitting there saying that, and Deez, I see what you're saying about that, and man, yeah, like you said, that roller coaster, man, it's got to do this, because if not, like you said, they're going to pull that Mania 24, they're going to pay, play all those other ones that you sit there and you go about halfway through, blow your load, and then the rest of it's garbage. So
yeah, they want people watching the entire time. Like if they came out, that's why they never tell anybody what the order of the card's going to be, because then you'd be like, okay, well, Oba Brock's not going to be on till at least hour 2.5, right. So I'm not even going to turn it on until that, because hell. See, now I'm second guessing myself, because they could actually kick the show off with that. With the cell.
I told Mike about that. I said, you know what? I mean, see, Deez, as much as Mike, Brock comes in there and Brock goes up and says, hey, I want you to make sure my check is signed. I want you to make sure, this happens. This match lasts this long. And then I'm out the door at this time.
Yeah.
So
to be fair, I think I 100% understand your point, because I had a lot of animosity towards Brock through the whole part-time. He would show up, run a program, get paid, and then he would disappear.
Mm-hmm.
But by all accounts, everything that I read, and even, some of the stuff you see on Unreal and when Paul Heyman was on Chris Van Vliet. They talked about how Brock has kind of changed and that he really is there to help Oba, and like he's almost handpicked him. So maybe it won't quite be so bad with this situation, but him being in his hometown, it's a cell match. So they could say, let's, if we really want to get off the ground running, let's fire it up with this one right off the bat, because you still got good matches. I think Gunther and Nick Aldis could put, I wouldn't say steal the show tonight, but it could be one of those matches that is unexpectedly good.
Yeah.
If we were going to do a rating for some of the matches that we've already discussed, what would you give the Aldis and Gunther a rating out of 10? What would you give that match?
See,
I know you got to see it, but
all I know about Nick Aldis is what I've heard. I've never watched him wrestle. I know he was in TNA and NWA. Gunther is a hell of a worker, though, and from what I've read, Nick Aldis definitely can go. I guess if I have a concern, it's the fact that he hasn't had to do that in the last couple of years. But if this is a program that they've been working on for a while, I bet we can get a solid 7 out of that.
Yeah.
Just kind of we know Gunther can work. So it all depends on what Nick Aldis does. Now, the finish really doesn't matter as long as it's a entertaining match.
Right.
If Aldis can truly go, then I think that they could be a match that we look back and be like, I'm glad that was on the card for as long as it took to build up.
Yeah, I think it was I don't know if it was a segment of Raw or it was where Nick Aldis had that sit down with I can't remember who it was, but he asked him the question. He says, do you still have enough in the tank? And man, I tell you what, his eyes watered up, man.
That was the Chris Van Vliet.
Chris Van Vliet, yes.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
I mean, he balled up, man. His eyes got red as can be. And he sit there and he said, Mickey sit there and says, you got one more. Aldis sits there and goes, I have one more. He says, and I got to prove myself. So like you said, I mean, man, it's a set. Yeah, I agree with you. 7. 7's a perfect number for this. I mean, he comes out like he did back in the old days, like you said, the TNA and NWA. It's going to be a great match because, like you said, and I agree with you 100%. Gunther, workhorse.
Yep.
So,
and look, at the end of the day, if Nick Aldis goes out there and just absolutely shits the bed, he still gets to go home to Mickie James. So,
man,
it's not a bad consolation prize.
Yeah, Michael, you know about that, don't you? You was there, weren't you? Good luck.
Especially she puts the cowboy hat on and them little tight jean shorts.
Man, sing to me. Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
Yeah, sing to me. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I am too. I wish I could watch it, but I unfortunately won't have the luxury of watching it. I'll be able to watch the highlights and hopefully be able to just watch on Facebook the highlights of some of them, and we'll see what happens there.
Scroll TikTok.
Yeah,
that's right.
You'll find somebody that is streaming it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you know how they always go when they do like they call them the slammies, when they had those around, would you say that this Oba and Lesnar is going to be match of the year?
I know. I doubt it.
Nope.
I think match of the year. I'm trying to think. If I'm not mistaken, the Slammies, when do they do those?
That was a good question. I don't even know.
Is that around during Mania, isn't it?
I think.
No, Mania is mostly Hall of Fame.
I was going to say Mania is usually Hall of Fame. I think they usually do it before, like somewhere before Hall of Fame. I know they usually do.
See, now you got me looking it up.
I was actually about to do the same thing, Deez, to be honest.
So, they don't really have a.
They don't have it usually anymore.
Last year, it was in. Oh, it was at Mania last year, 2025.
Oh, no, wow. I just looked. They said they're not doing it this year. So last year was the last year they done it. So
it's one of those things where they probably like, do we need content? Okay, yeah, let's just write it up real quick.
But if they were to do
what would
it,
even be, what were just some real banger matches this year? Well, I mean, Punk Roman at Mania was it's kind of hard to top that.
Yeah,
Cody's a hell of a worker. Tonight has the potential with Cody and Punk. That could be one hell of a match if they let them have the time. If they don't do what they did in night one of Mania and actually let those guys have a real main event until whatever bullshit that's going to end it, because there's going to be something, whether it's Sammy or a Cody heel turn or Randy Orton. I saw something on Facebook. People are making a big deal about Kevin Owens is there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you forgot about KO, didn't you, Uncle Brian?
Yeah. But I haven't seen anything about him as far as whether or not he's been cleared, which, to be fair, if you're going to have a surprise, you would keep it under wraps. He's there for a signing event. So like he's there anyway. And this article was making it like, oh my God, he's in town. Yeah, he's in town because he still fucking works there.
Right.
But something I think is going to be part of that match that we're not ready for. I just hope it takes place after the fact, or at least after they've given us a good match, however it ends.
Right.
I still think Punk walks away with the championship, though.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Mike. Let me let Deez know this also.
Okay.
If it becomes a sleeper, let's just get AJ out there. Let's get Brandy out there and let them fight.
Yeah, I am.
I'll pay to watch that.
I mean, look, I'm a fan of both of them, but I don't need both of them. Just give me one.
Right.
Just let me watch AJ do that low dip, getting in the ring, just back and forth. Yeah, that's quality entertainment right there.
I'm gonna have to let you go and kiss the girlfriend, man, because I'm getting a dip now, and then I'm like looking on the side there.
Oops. Now I'm gonna go back to the Liv and Io. Do you think someone's gonna come out and interfere or in that match?
Stephanie, if Stephanie Vaquer is back, and she's been out since what, Mania?
I think.
Yeah.
Right after Mania, I think, is when she ended up going out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what exactly her injury was. Shoulder, maybe.
I think it was a shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
If she's ready, I could see that. But again, I don't think Liv. I don't think Liv's going to drop the title, unless again the Danhausen thing. If they ignore Danhausen and don't have them share any screen time, then they're going to just try and pretend that she was never cursed. I don't think she's going to drop the title, but I could see Steph coming back after the match is over just to remind Liv, like, hey, I'm still here.
Right. Like, like after it's over, after they're done fighting, come up, like, go up to the ramp as you're getting ready to leave, and then bam, right there, she comes out.
Because if she doesn't, that could still buy her close to another month before she's actually got to get in the ring.
Yeah.
So if she's close to coming back, she could come out, do the whole point thing, and then they could just do some mic work back and forth for a couple weeks until she's fully cleared. But I could 100% see that happening.
Yeah.
Now, Asuka retired, done.
Yes.
Right.
Done. Yes.
What about Kari Sane?
Kyrie.
Kyrie, could she come in there and do something
Help.
with Io?
They
No?
released her.
They released
they
both.
did. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Asuka and Io, or not Io, Asuka and Kyrie both got released.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't. Did Costco get released?
Asuka did get
Asuka-
released. Yes.
Oscar?
I thought
Asuka.
she
No.
retired. I thought,
No, she didn't retire. She got released. Yeah, she
Hmm.
was released.
Hmm.
Now
Well,
I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go on off topic here for a little bit. Do you think after her contract is up, will she go to AEW? And that's Bailey.
100%.
Mike, I told you.
I know
The
you told
day,
me. I was
day after her no compete, if there is one, she will be on AEW television. 1000%. She wants to go there. She wants to work with
Mercedes.
Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks.
Well, if you, I don't know if you guys will caught one of the AEW shows, but Monet even said something in a
Mhm.
remark on one of the promo spots, and she said something about being a hugger.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I heard that and I said, man, D's, like you said, that, that no clause come out, man. Hey, done. It's a wrap. Tony Khan's already got his pen and he's sitting there going.
Right.
Yeah, especially in that women's division, they're bringing in a lot of new talent with Lacey, or is it JC or Lacey? I don't even pay attention to.
I know who you're talking about.
She's in the tag match. Fatal Influence.
Oh,
Those
JC.
girls.
Yes.
JC Jane.
Yes.
JC Jane, that's it.
Mhm.
You got Sol Ruka and all those. There's kind of a youth movement with the women's division. So
Sorry, D, to cut you off. To get on the topic of Soul, I found out, I read a little after she lost her IC title, they're trying to push Soul for the big title. I kind of saw they I guess Triple H said something like, hey, yeah, we wanted you to lose because one, I could see, I didn't really want to see it, but I did. But Raquel has been in that business for like a long time too. She needed that push for a title. Even Michael Cole, one of the commentators, said she hasn't won a singles title since she's been in WWE.
yeah.
So she deserved. I agree with a lot of people. She deserved that title.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see guys or girls for this matter, they'll carry one of those mid card belts, whether it's a US or Intercontinental or hell, even tag for that matter. But they'll lose it, and then you'll start to see them get a slow build into main event status. And I think we're going to see that real soon, maybe even this weekend, with Trick Williams, because again, his momentum right now is white hot. So I won't be. I don't think it'll happen, but I won't be shocked if Corbin wins that title, and then we start to see Trick Williams work his way up, because SmackDown, they need the new blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't keep throwing Punk and Cody, Orton,
right.
People are getting tired of it. It's fun that they get their runs now and then. I would like to see Orton get the strap one last time.
I would say he's going for what, 15, right?
15,
or 16?
yeah, 15.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you 100%, man. And I tell you, every time he gets in there and he starts a run, he gets screwed over. So, no, I agree with you 100%. Give him a strap one more time. And that, you know what? I think that's his retirement right there.
Yeah. I mean, if you ask him, I think he wants to tie John. I don't think they'll let him do that, especially this quickly after John got to 17.
I think he'll tie Flair, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'll say he'll tie Ric Flair at 16, and then he'll be done.
Because he's still in tremendous shape. He's not hurt. He's just been off TV.
Right.
Like they didn't have a direction for him. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. So.
You know what? You said it. Hey, you said it best. It might. Hey, it could happen tonight. Like you said, it could just easily come up. You hear the song, and then you're like, "Oh, Deez is." Hey, we were just talking about this for an hour almost, and then Deez is like, "Orton, okay, done."
Yeah, he's due. I mean, he hasn't. He was there. Hell, he didn't appear the night after WrestleMania the way Punk did when Punk took his break. Orton's he's just been gone.
Yeah,
you know, it's hard to believe that they sit on him for what that was in April, so May, June, July, August. Yeah, he's had his time off. You know, we're getting into that season. You know, after SummerSlam, and you got 3 big shows over the course of the next 6 months between Survivor Series, then the Rumble, then Mania. So they got to start working the program to see which direction they're going to go with it.
I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come up there and then, ADs, you and Dave and all them, man, we're going to have to go to Hollywood and put some bets down. We're going to have to put some money on these, man. And, you know, those bookers are probably going to be like, really, man?
I mean, we don't want to get into that time that you went to the casino down there, Brian, and won what? How much? About 200.
What? That wasn't betting, was it?
No, it wasn't betting, but he was doing something and won pretty good, decent amount of money.
I'm talking about D's. I mean, like he's got a lot of intel, man. I said, look, that's where we go over there and we say, hey, this is what's going to happen at this PLE. This is what's going to happen here, and by gosh, we're going to come out like with bands.
I've had good runs where I've just been spot on with shit, and then I've had like I had no idea what the hell I was talking about. But it's funny because sometimes it seems like Hunter and those people like literally have all the right moves, all the right decisions, and then you see stuff like Joe Hendry singing a duet with fucking Danhausen, and you're like, what are we doing right now? Right now, I'm not sure where they're going with, you know, the next 6 months of booking. It's kind of WWE's in a weird spot.
Well, like you said, Deez, that's like your comic segment. Like you'd sit there and just like, okay, we're gonna have a concert. Like, wait, we're having a concert at a wrestling show? I thought this was a wrestling show.
Yeah, it's
like, I mean, then I hate to say it though. Let me rephrase one of those matches that you get up and go get something to drink and eat. That would probably be your one if you have a concert segment. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get something and come back.
Yeah, and not only that, but you involve Ryan Garcia. Who,
oh my gosh!
Like, why? Where's the payoff with that? I mean, yeah, he's there, cool, but unless he's going to appear at SummerSlam and there's going to be some kind of payoff, I don't really get his whole involvement. And I get it; he's a boxer, TKO, you know, all that stuff. But just because you're partnered with him doesn't mean you have to use them all the time.
Right.
All right, Mike.
I got to chime in here real quick.
Hey,
hold on,
Michael. One more thing.
What's up?
I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask Deez this. Now, what concert would you go see? Elias, Joe Hendry.
To be honest,
I'd go Joe Hendry. To be honest,
yeah, I would go Joe. I mean, Elias is cool because I mean, hey, when he was in WWE, I mean, you did get to walk with him, but I would like to walk, but. I mean, I also like Joe. I mean, don't get me wrong, but real quick here, I got to give a shout out to one of my family members who is watching. They are watching all the way from Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
My cousin David is watching, so thank you for watching. And again, like, subscribe, share, please, as much as you can.
Tell him you should send him a message and tell us to get us some of that JR barbecue sauce.
That barbecue sauce. But
have you ever had that, JR's?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm yet to have any.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, JR could cook.
Yeah, I recently had the experience of going to this was last month, the Wrestling Under the Stars out in Avon. They came and done a show. It was northeast wrestling, and it was They had the Hardys. They had Matt Riddle. Then some local like group wrestlers come in and fight. And I'll tell you what, seeing it up close wrestling, I mean, it was pretty good, to be honest. Seeing the Hardys fight and then go on to win the titles, and that on Saturday they won the tag team titles out in Niles. But they I got to meet them before the show, and they were really cool up close. Got to meet obviously Mickey James. Got to meet her. I got to say hi to Ron Simmons, Lex Luger.
Man, damn, right.
Yep, damn. Yeah, I got to meet him. I got to meet Jerry the King Lawler and Jimmy Hart.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to see all them before they did their show out there, and they put on a heck of a show. And it was a real good show to
bragging about that much, man. That's enough. Okay, you're bragging about that much.
Okay, says the person that got look. That's says the person that got to meet Io Sky in person.
Man,
Deez, have you met any wrestlers in person or seen anybody like any wrestlers?
I'm trying. Oh yeah, shit. So this would have been back in the late 90s, I believe. There was a girl that I had known for years, and out of the blue, she asked if I want to drive to South Carolina. And I'm in central Illinois. It's like a 12-hour drive. She knew Michael Penzer, who at the time was the ring announcer for WCW.
Wow.
And,
Michael Penzer. Ooh, wow.
And basically he was trying to smash. So he's like, yeah, come to the show.
Of course.
So we jumped in a car and drove from Illinois to South Carolina and went to, I think it was a Thunder taping. And then after the show, Mike Penzer invites us back to the hotel.
Ooh.
To the bar. We didn't go he didn't invite us in the room or anything. We go back to the bar. So sitting at the bar was Ric Flair, Mean Gene, Arn Anderson, Kevin Nash walked through. I got to sit and shoot the shit with Booker T and Stevie Ray. Yeah. And the best part of the whole night, though, was I sat there with Tank Abbott. And
oh my God.
And Tank Abbott got absolutely shit-faced. And he's one of the funniest dudes you could ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair was pretty drunk too. You could tell he didn't really want to be bothered. He said hi and everything, but he immediately turned back around, and him and Mean Gene were kind of doing their own thing. Kevin Nash again was just kind of a pass through guy, but Tank Abbott. Vampiro was another one that I talked to a lot.
Oh my God. Okay. And I'm going to have to.
He was super cool. Yeah.
He's like, wow. I'm gonna have to get off here now.
Jeez, you met legends, man. I mean, these are guys that I grew up watching, man, and I'm sitting there going, why can't I? Why?
Yeah, this would have been it was Vampiro, so it was right before WCW completely went down the shitter. It was right before the Vince Russo era. I don't know how much you remember about when they had Vampiro, and he did finally get a push, but
yeah, but
yeah, it was a good time, and Penzer still didn't get no ass.
Good, yeah.
I'm gonna to be on the cool side about wrestling. My uncle can actually vouch for this. We went to a show and I forget where it was, but it was my first ever show, and I was probably 12, 13, and they were it was they were tossing everybody out the ring, into the crowd, and I looked at my uncle. Everybody's chairs, were dispersed. They were using them, and the only chair that was left sitting was mine. We were literally sitting there, and they threw the guy in the ring, threw him outside, and we're like, okay, they're gonna come over and boil into us, and we're gonna watch this match. And we was literally right there in front of them watching it, and obviously security.
But picture this: why is it like we're all standing up? We're out of the way there, and he's still sitting in the chair, and I'm going, dude. They're like, jumping out there, smashing people, hitting people with chairs, throwing people in there, and Michael's just sitting there.
I'm just sitting
little
there.
Kid Michael is sitting there going.
I'm literally just sitting there like, what is going on? Like, right. Because it was my first show. Like do you remember the place where it was, Brian? Do you remember?
I don't know. No, I don't, man, because that's a long time ago.
It's been a long time, but yeah, he took me to the first show, and I was like, okay, let's go. And he come up and he's like, well, there's gonna. At first I didn't know. He's like, well, they told us, it was like, hey, there's gonna be chairs flying, competitors gonna be out in the crowd, and like I said, little kid me, just sitting there, and they threw him out there, and here comes the guy, and he's like, hey, you might want to move, and like push me out the way. And yeah, my chair was the last one standing at the end of the night.
Hey, Michael, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you the YouTube video, and D's, you're gonna get a kick out of this one. It was the night that me and Ryan went to the first AEW show here in Columbus.
Oh my god!
And we were on the aisle, and Jay Lethal came out. Literally, it was him versus Orange Cassidy.
You're lucky, Ryan. If Ryan watches this, he's going to get you for that.
Yeah, I know, right? So
which is my brother.
Orange Cassidy comes out. He does his thing, whatever. Jay Lethal comes out, and I have a sign that says, "This is awesome." Walks right up to me, man, rips it,
hold on,
throws it at me.
I'll just do this. He did one of these like that.
It just throws it at me. It was like the best.
It was one of those like
3 second moments, and I had literally everybody blowing up my phone saying, "Dude, I just saw you on TV."
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy, man. I have to send that to Michael. Michael,
yeah, and I'll send it to you, D's, when he sends it to me, and I'll let you watch it.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Again,
the biggest show I got to go to was also the saddest show I got to go to, and that was a Raw back in 1999. Michael, you're probably too young to even remember this.
I was gonna say I'm in 96, so
yeah,
so I was probably.
It was a Raw in St. Louis, Missouri, one night after the Over the Edge pay-per-view in Kansas City.
Oh no!
Yeah, see, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my god! I watched that on pay-per-view.
I did too. I was watching it. I was literally looking at my tickets to Raw the next day, watching the pay-per-view. And when they came back, like the camera, you remember the camera was just showing the crowd.
Yes.
And then they showed JR, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? It was the night, the Over the Edge pay-per-view, Mike, was when Owen Hart died. So the next night I was at that Raw, which, you're expecting a just kick-ass show. And instead it turned it was a 3-hour funeral for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, it still had some good wrestling and everything, but it was a very somber mood. But yeah, I was at that Raw.
Oh yeah. No, I don't even think I wouldn't even have a dry eye in that show. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised, like I said, like D said, 3 hours of a funeral.
Yeah.
And I mean, and like you said, watching the pay-per-view, everything, kick ass, man, everything. And then when that happened, all you saw was the camera like this.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, what's going on? I was like, what happened? Sure enough, man, JR, well, we had a little incident in the ring, blah, 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 blah. And man, I tell you what, man, but then, you know what? A lot of people, that show should have ended right there. What?
Yeah, I'm on both sides. I can see both sides of that.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you still like Owen, the way that Owen was and everything. I can't imagine Owen would have wanted the show to stop.
Oh, no, not at all.
You know what I mean? So, but I get it. It's just the guys that literally like, who was it? It was wasn't it Jeff Jarrett that had to go to the ring immediately after that, and like you could visibly see him crying while he's trying to, work this match.
Jeff was a mess, like you said. Yeah, he was. Wow.
And
Mike,
at
you
the time,
you
he
checking
was
your
still with
timer?
Deborah.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on it. I'm
Okay.
So yeah, they gotta close up the mall early for maintenance. So I'm gonna wrap up here in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Get out of here. So and then again, I talked to Dave. He said I can do a night 2 tomorrow. So I'm gonna get we'll do a show after his show. He's got a show tomorrow with he's doing his mental health show tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be producing that show tomorrow. So I'll be here tomorrow from 12 to 1 helping him produce his show, and then I'm gonna come on after his show and do a night 2 show and preview it as well, and we'll go over night 1 and we'll recap night 1 in a little bit, then we'll jump into night 2.
All right. Well, hey man, you can go ahead and cancel me out, man, because I'm
you heading out.
Yeah. So
all right. Well,
nice meeting you, man, Mike.
Yep. Good talking to you.
You'll see him tomorrow because I'll probably have you guys on tomorrow too.
Yeah.
If you guys ain't doing nothing.
If you're on early enough, if I'm around, I'll jump in for a little bit. Sundays, I won't even watch tomorrow night's SummerSlam until I get up for work at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. I'll literally watch it at work. Early Monday morning, but I might jump on here and talk about tonight. The way they're promoting this, I'm watching the pre-show right now and the screen that's on ESPN. I think it's going to be Brock and Oba on ESPN before they go to the PLE. I think that's how they're going to kick it off.
Well, you know what that means. I'm going to have to go get my adult beverages and my goodies.
Uncle Brian, I know you don't drink, but here you go if you ever want to drink.
Well, if it's down here in good old South, then
I'm pretty sure it's probably down there. It's all over.
Where are you at, Brian?
I'm in Columbus. I'm east side of Columbus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all over Ohio if you're in the right stores.
Yep, Circle K, Walmart, anywhere you find anywhere.
Well, we got a Walmart, so it looks like that's where I might have to go.
Well, then look, hey, if what I said earlier, take a picture of it. You know how you do your old funny pictures, do your
I guess that means I'm gonna have to come up there if I win me a 12-pack, right?
Yeah, you might have to.
Yeah.
But again, night 1 is gonna be coming on here soon, right? What time does it start? 6, 7?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So 10 minutes for night 1. Like I said, I'm gonna get off here, and again, we're gonna sponsor it out here. I'm gonna send it off with the sponsors again. Obviously, Outlaw Light Beer. I'm gonna send them a shout out. They're the official sponsor of Redline Radio Network and Redline Radio. Again, we have Lake Erie Poker as well. They're a really good poker place up here. Yeah. Oh, I know. I'd love to go over there myself. Go over there and after eating some Jones Bones, right? Go over there and get some good barbecue. Or go to Doghouse. Go out there, but you don't want to be in the Doghouse too. So
no, of course not.
But
spent many nights in that one.
It's funny you say that, Deez. I was actually there for a concert, and then I'll just go there for bingo and have fun, But yeah, it's pretty fun. Anyway, again, Professional Touch LLC is another one of the sponsors. They help with like concrete, flooring, anything as well, and Great Lakes ground management, anything like mulching, anything having to do with that as well. Again, guys, thank you so much for letting me talk and joining me on this show for night 1 of SummerSlam. That will do it for this. Thank you, guys, and we will be back tomorrow to recap night 1, and we will preview night 2. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.
Yep.
Redline Network introduces our newest partnership, Outlaw Light. Outlaw is crafted for all of the beer drinking patrons of America. They aren't preaching or teaching, their mission plain and simple, to provide a high quality beer at an affordable price. Outlaw is crisp, crushable, refreshing. Available by the case, tall boys, 16-ounce six-packs or singles. Go to outlawbeer.com to find the nearest can or tavern near you. The Red Line Network proudly raises their cans to you. Stay bold, outlaw.